Hi everyone, this is Nick from Nick Church Photography. Today I just want to do a short video on how I create slideshow videos. Slideshows are just basically a selection of images from a client's wedding set to music of their choice, and it's a really nice way to showcase a bunch of images. It's really engaging, it's a really nice way for them to view it, and they share it with their family and friends more often than they're likely to do with just a gallery. Alright, so I don't subscribe to any service or platform for this. I do everything within my MacBook, so all the software that came with it. You can do the same on Windows as well. Windows has got ways to do this too, but you have to. This demonstration is just for Mac. All right. So all we need is the song that they want, their song choice, and all of the images that I've picked. So in terms of the number of images, you're looking for around 80, 90, something like that. Because for most tracks, that's going to be about the right length of slide, or duration for each slide. Too many more slides than that, you're going to end up with it all being a bit chaotic. So make sure that you don't have too many in there, because you want it a nice gentle transitions through. Okay, just before we start, there are a couple of little hoops you have to jump through. One is that we have to do this. We have to get the track, the MP3. We're going to just open that with iTunes and we're going to play that now. All right. Once it's started playing, you can stop it, and I'll show you why we need to do that shortly. So we're going to head on down to Photos, because everything that we do now is in Photos, the Photos app. So go through, we're going to right the way down to Albums, and we're going to create an album. So we're going to call that Jess and Nick, because that's the lovely clients that are going to get this one. So now all I need to do is go to that folder of photos that I had, select all of those, and just drop those in like that. All right. So they're all now imported into here, and they should appear. There we go. They're by default. They're automatically already in the order that the images were taken, so they already show a nice story through the day. Okay. So that's the gallery. That's an album, but we actually want it as a project because we can then do a slideshow project. The best way to do this is get your album, control click or right click or double click, however you do it, and just do create slideshow and use photos to do it, which is this app. We want to do it all within this. You keep the same name, that's fine. And it's going to be on here. Okay, so this is all of those images in a slideshow format. Over here we've got different themes. I keep it as classic, but you could explore some of these other ones. This is the music choice. And this is how it all ties together, the sequencing and the durations of each slide and so on. Going back to the music then, we don't want this classic. This is like the elevator music, license-free stuff that you get by default. We want to get rid of that because what we want is music from our music library. So this is the Apple iTunes library. If, like me, you subscribe to Apple Music, then you're going to have all of these grayed out because of the DRM, which means all the copy protection, okay? So, but what you find is, if you know where to look, right at the end is all the MP3s that you've manually played through iTunes. They just put them right at the end, not in the order of artists or anything like that, and that's why they're hard to find. And that's also why we have to play that track, the one we want, before we come into Photos, so to make sure it appears in this list. Okay, so click that once. We can see it's added it up here, and that's it. So that's now the music we're going to use. Onto the transitions. This is really easy as well. We're just going to do fit to music, okay? So we can see it grayed out. It's going to do it at 3 minutes 16 because that's the length of the track, all right? All these other things are just default, apart from, I think, just make sure that's clicked because you want it to fill the screen with the image, okay? Now, this is where it will adjust all of the slides to fit that track. Sometimes it gets it a little bit off and you end up with a couple of slides at the end without music, and that just feels a little bit like dead air. So the way to fix that, the quickest way to fix it is to export the slideshow when you're finished, go to bomb to the end of the video, just see what it looks like at the end. If there is a few slides left without music, then, or indeed if the slide's finished and the music carries on playing, then come to custom and just either pull that in 5 seconds or push it out 5 seconds, whatever you need from the track length, which was 316. So that's how you do a fine tune. And within 2 or 3 goes, you get it bang on. And yeah, it takes a couple of extra minutes, but it's fine. You know, get used to it. All right. So in terms of text, you get text by default in the first one. Right click, I'm going to get rid of that one. I'm going to put the text on these two here because I look like nice images to have text on. To add text, not very intuitive. You go right to the end of here to this plus sign, and you just do add text, and you get that text. You can select it and replace it with whatever you like. Now sometimes you might want to change the font, in which case you highlight everything. Again, not particularly intuitive, but if you know where it is, it's fine. Right click, font, show fonts, which you get this pop up, and then you can just change the font to whatever you want. So let's say Futura 24 or 36, say. All right. Now you can't copy and paste that across these slides, but you do often want text to linger over more than one slide because it just looks a little bit more slick. So the only way to do that is to just basically bomb it in again and make sure it looks the same, and then it looks like it's just persisting over several slides. Futura 36, there we go. And then you can do that however you want. If you want to put the wedding date in, whatever you want to do. Okay, so that's it. What we can do now is you can just sample that, so you can do a preview and just see what it's going to look like. So that's looking pretty good. And it would be, my volume's right down, but it would be playing, it plays the music as well, so you can check all of that. All right, so that's it. So now all we need to do is export. So when we're exporting, we want to select the highest quality version of that, give it a sensible name, and that's it. And then let that export. Okay, so that's all we do. That will come out as an MP4, which you could upload directly to YouTube. YouTube will handle the licensing. Be careful about where else you post it other than YouTube, because if you use a commercial track. And other than that, that's it. As I said, the thing to do now is just to check that video, check the ending, because you may want to come back and just tweak this timing and redo it. But other than that, the whole thing, once you get used to it, it only takes 5 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes max to do. And it's all free. All right, that's it. I hope that was useful, and catch up with you soon. Bye.